Central banks, they're like the referees of the global economy, except instead of blowing whistles, they mostly just adjust interest rates. It's not exactly a laugh riot, but it's important stuff. They control the money supply, which is a fancy way of saying they try to make sure there's not too much inflation where everything gets more expensive, or deflation where everything gets cheaper, which sounds good but is actually really bad. So how do these financial puppet masters actually work? Well, they set the tone for lending and borrowing money. And just like any other workplace, they've got opening hours. But here's the thing. When you're dealing with a global economy that theoretically never sleeps, whose clock are you on? Let's start with the big dogs, the United States Federal Reserve, or as it's known on Wall Street, the Fed. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Across the pond, the European Central Bank, ECB, keeps similar hours, opening at 9 a.m. and closing at 5 p.m. Central European Time. Over in the land of the rising sun, the Bank of Japan is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Japan Standard Time. And finally, the old smoke itself, the Bank of England, opens its doors at 8 a.m. and calls it a day at 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. See, it's like a whole international time zone party. Now you might be thinking, hold on, those are pretty normal business hours. What about all that money never sleeps stuff? You're not wrong. The thing is, even when the banks themselves are closed, trading and transactions are happening all over the world. That's why these central bank hours are so important. They create a sort of rhythm for the global financial system. Major announcements, policy changes, interest rate hikes, those all tend to happen during these windows when everyone's theoretically at their desks and hopefully paying attention. So there you have it. Central banks, the often overlooked but always important conductors of the global financial orchestra. They may not be as glamorous as, say, a cryptocurrency startup promising to make you a millionaire overnight, but they play a vital role in keeping the world's economy humming along. And just like any good orchestra, timing is everything.